Hi guys, welcome back to another cooking video of mine. Today I'm going to be actually making a simple, easy Mexican favorite meal, which is carne con chile or beef with chili, whatever way you want to call it. So I'm going to go ahead and make that today for you guys so you guys can definitely see how I make it. And it's honestly really simple to make. You really don't have to do much and you just have to go out and buy the ingredients, right? So yeah, just go ahead and keep on watching if you guys are interested in seeing how I make my carne con chile. And also don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And I will For starters, you are gonna need the beef top round steak. This is the type of steak that I use. So it pretty much looks like that and it's already finely cut. So I'm going to be using that. Also, you're going to be needing tomatillos, green tomatillos. You're also going to need 4 jalapenos and also 4 serrano peppers or chilies. Also, you are going to need 2 cloves of garlic. Also, and then you're going to need a half a onion. Also, for your carne con chile, I do like to eat mine with beans. So I do get pinto beans already in the can. You can also pre-make them yourself, but I think this is an easier way. And also I do need, for that I do go ahead and add Chille de Arbol. So pretty much these are the ingredients that I use for my carne con chile. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on chopping the beef. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I chop that. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start chopping up my meat. This one's already pre-cut, so that's really important that when you buy your meat, it already has, it's easier and accessible for you. So I just go ahead and get the strips like that and just go ahead and remove it from the tray, just like so. And then my meat, since it is long, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. You can either cut it whichever way you prefer. I like to cut mine thin slices, so I just kind of go through the knife long ways, just like that. And obviously if you do see some fat, you can definitely remove some of it, but this one doesn't really have a lot of fat, which is why I like it. And I just kind of go through the knife the opposite way. And the chops don't have to be perfect. You can have different types of slices there. So this is how I cut mine. So you can cut it long ways and just go through like that with the knife. Alright guys, so this is how your meat is supposed to look. It's just supposed to look chunky, just like that. So this is pretty much it. Now we can go ahead and get it into the stove. Now we want to go ahead and put our meat into a skillet just like this. And also, now you want to go ahead and cut up your onion. So we're going to go ahead and cut it up into thin slices. We want to go ahead and add in our oil. Like that, and then just wait for that to preheat about, let's say, 20 seconds. Just move the oil around like that, and then just put in your onion. Alright, and now we just want to go ahead and start and adding in our beef. Okay, so now to season it, a key ingredient that I forgot to mention is I do use Lawreys to season my beef. So I'm just going to add a little bit on there, just enough to cover the beef. And then we're going to go ahead and also add our salt. Just like that. And then just let that cook for about 15 to 25 minutes, depending on how crispy you want it, and we just want to let that sit there. Alright guys, so while we wait for our beef to cook, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I make my salsa. It is really simple and easy to make. Pretty much is how you make a salsa, and instead of just keeping it on the side, you'll go ahead and pour it into the beef. So I'll show you guys how I make it. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and add in our tomatillos, so you can just pour those in. And we're going to let that toast up. And then of course we're going to go ahead and add our chile serrano. Also we're going to go ahead and add in our jalapeno. So we're just going to go ahead and let all of this roast up. And then once it's ready, we're going to go ahead and remove it out of the stove. Alright guys, so the next thing that we're going to go ahead and get started on is we're going to go ahead and get started on our beans. So I'm going to show you guys how I like to make my beans and what is my favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I do that. Alright, so for my beans, I just already did add oil. So I'm going to go ahead and use oil. And then since I've already added my oil, I'm going to go ahead and put in the chilies. We're going to let them roast for a little bit. Just enough time. Maybe leave them in there for like another, like a minute or so. Just want to make sure that the oil gets all the flavor from the chili. They're all nice and moist with the oil. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add in our beans. Just be careful with this because oil does start jumping. You don't want to add all the water that's in the can. You just want to maybe take off at least half of it, and make sure it's very, very important that you have your fire on low, just because you don't want a bunch of oil start scattering. So you just want to mix it in. And then let that come to a simmer, and then you can go ahead and start mushing them. So you just want to go ahead and let that sit for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back to that. Alright guys, so now that it is simmering, you just want to go ahead and start mushing down the beans, just like that. Don't forget to start churning your tomatillos around. Start churning them, have them get cooked all evenly, just like so. Alright guys, so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and check on our meat. It looks like it's already almost ready. This is pretty much how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look really getting there, toasted, a little bit of juice still. So now you can go ahead and turn it off. You don't want to get too crunchy, just because I mean, you just want to get a little bit, just enough to see that it's been toasted a little bit. So that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to go ahead and turn it off. And then, alright guys, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get started on making our salsa. So pretty much your chilies, they're supposed to look just like that. Make sure that they're all ready and they're all brown and they're ready to go. Even your jalapenos, make sure they have already like a little toast to it. So now we can go ahead and get started on making our salsa. Okay, so for our salsa, we want to go ahead and get started with our 2 cloves of garlic. So we want to go ahead and put it into our blender, and then we're going to go ahead and add all the chilies first. That's very important. You want to make sure that you get all of them blended in. So you put all of them in there together. You do want to add a little bit of water just so they can blend. So maybe just enough to have them blend together. Want to go ahead and try it and see how spicy it is, and it is spicy. So now we just want to go ahead and add in our tomatillos once all that has been blended in. So our salsa is ready, so now we're just going to go ahead and add our salsa into our carne. I'm going to put our stove back to medium high, and then just add our salsa. Just like that. Look how good that looks. Yummy. And then now to remove the entire chili from the blender, you just want to add a little bit of water. Just like that. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and do the test taste. So what I mean by that is you want to make sure if you need any salt or anything like that. So with a little bit of the salsa, you want to go ahead and just put it in your palm. And it does need a little bit of salt. So you just want to add enough for your preference. I mean, everybody's different, but I did go ahead and add a little bit more. And then you just mix all of it together and let that simmer and come to a boil, and then it'll be ready, and then you can go ahead and turn it off. Alright guys, so I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys recreate this platillo, which is amazing. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. So this is how it turned out to look. It looks amazing and it smells incredible, and I can't wait to try it. So let me go ahead and get started.